Okay, it says I'm live. It keeps telling me to turn my phone. So let me see if I'm showing up. Okay, yeah. There I am. All right. Well, I'm sideways, so let me turn it. All right, hopefully this works. I don't know if it will or not. I'm not real thrilled with going live on YouTube, but for some reason it won't let me turn my camera portrait. So hopefully it's not this way the whole time. Hello, everybody. I missed you last week. I was traveling and I had a nice time with the girls. I got to see Remy play a soccer game and then went to one of our practices where they did a scrimmage. It's so interesting because she's very tall, but then Jess is tall too. She was like a head taller than a lot of the other girls on the team. She looks like, and they were down here, but it was fun and it was great. And we had a good time. It was nice to see Michaela and Josh and Jake. They came down for Remy's game. So we did that. And I just had a nice time. Jess and I went to lunch on Monday and then I drove back yesterday. So it was a quick turnaround, but it's one of those things. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and get started because I'm playing with this and I don't know how it's going to work. I am hoping when I put it down, it will let me turn it. We'll see if it does or not. All right, so close your eyes if you get dizzy as I turn this down. If anybody is watching, please say hello. All right. All right, I got it down. Let me see if I turn it, what happens. See if it screams at me. Hey, Joy. Okay. That's not right. See, it won't let me turn it. Oh, darn. Okay. I'll have to go back this way. I got to play with this some more. And I think this is upside down. So hold on. Keep your eyes closed. I'm still working on it. Let me turn it this way and see what happens. Of course, now my cord's probably going to be in the way. Well, all right. I got to keep going. All right. I wished I could get it. All right. There we go. I got it right side up, but I don't like this. I've got to figure out why it's doing that. I wonder if I had I unlocked my screen. I'm thinking should have left it locked, but oh well, it's one of those things. And I don't know if I can zoom in or anything. It's upside down. All right, close your eyes again. I'm going to try something so I can see what I'm doing. All right. Now, it's still screaming to... All right, at least I can see what's going on. It's screaming at me not to turn my machine, but I'm thinking I need to not what do you call it? Not unlock my screen. I locked it and I mean, unlock it. I should have left it locked. We'll find out because I can't go in and do that now that I've started it. All right. I ran across an idea and I thought it was fun, and I forgot to grab some watercolor paper. Hang on. I loved the look of it, so I thought I would try it. And I got some new watercolor paper. They're saying they use the thick white. Well, I don't use thick white paper, so I figured I'd pull out some watercolor paper and use my regular paper. And naturally, wouldn't you know, my new watercolor paper is still packaged. So we'll see how this goes. This is a paper somebody told me about, and I picked up some. We'll see. It's very thick, but I really like the looks of it. So I will try it both ways, and we'll see which one works. All right. I pulled in my let's see. I don't know how to zoom in. See, oh, there we go. All right, let's see. I think I may have zoomed in too close. Okay. All right. Hang on, it won't let me do anything. Let me see if I can zoom out a little. Let's see how that does. I don't usually, well, now I'm too far out. So let me zoom in a little. I have to do it slowly. All right, I might leave it at that. Ooh, let me adjust this one out some. Sorry guys, I'm readjusting my stand. All right. Okay. I have to be patient because it takes it a while. All right, I think I'm going to leave it at that. I just have to remember I have to work right here. Pull it back a little. It might be the cord that's affecting this. There. All right. I saw this idea and wanted to give it a try because I know we all struggle with two-color or two-step stamping. So I pulled in the hashtag embossing folder. I'm going to use that. For the color and contour, I'm going to use those two flowers. And this is where I'm going to show you how to do the watercolor two-step stamping idea. And I also needed my die from that bundle. All right. The first card I'm going to make, I'm going to use crushed curry and cherry cobbler. And I'm going to do it two ways. I'm going to do it first on the watercolor paper and then on my white cardstock. So I'm going to start with my lightest color, and let me let me do this. I'm gonna line that up and see if that works. And that'll tell me where I have to stay. Yes. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ink it up with the crushed curry. Then I'm gonna take my cherry cobbler and I'm gonna put some in the middle. All right, and then I'm gonna spritz it with water. Now I'm gonna spritz it with water off to the side. All right, and I may have done too much. We'll see. And I put that down. Oh yeah, so let's try it again. I'm thinking watercolor paper isn't the way to go. And naturally, I'm gonna bring my towel over. Let's try it with the, and I'm gonna, with the regular paper, and I'm just gonna lightly spritz it. Let's see what happens if I do that. You want it to spread some, but not a lot. Well, that's not too bad. All right, let's try it again on the watercolor and not add so much water. If you have a light mist, it might work better. Ooh, I think this is going to work better. No, it's not absorbing it. I really thought the watercolor paper would soak it in, so I'm just going to use my regular cardstock. I'll let that dry. You know what? Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll do both and let it dry. All right. The disadvantage is you do have to dry it in between. All right, because see, this one doesn't spread. It spread better there. All right, so let's go again. I think I'll do this one. If I get out of focus, out of screen, let me know. See, that's too blobby. I had too much. It's a very light amount of water. All right, so let's try it again. And it might look fine once I get it done. I held it quite a ways away. Let's see how this does. It's getting there. All right, so I have those to play with. Let's see. I'm gonna do one more here. This one's not bad. That one doesn't have enough water. So let me try it. If I hold it at arm's length, it might work better. Nope, not enough water. Well, at least we're finding out how this works and how it doesn't work. All right, so not at arm's length. All right. I'll keep going until I get a couple. It's not enough water. You know what? I might try stamping on top of it and seeing what happens. All right. That one's not bad at all. Let's see. So. This one is the best. And you don't really see the red. Of course, maybe it's the color I chose because I was going to do different colors. All right, so there's the first one. I'll put this away. I figure I'll make all my pieces. And then the next two colors that I'm going to use are Berry Burst and Blackberry Bliss. So let's try those. All right. And see how they do. I'm going to move those back a little and this up some. This goes with the blackberry. Let's see how this works. This is really juicy, so be interesting to see. All right. Of course, maybe it has to dry. I should try that with the, whoa, that is really dark. All right. Let me just lightly tap it. Oh, you know what I'll do? I'll pull in my Berry Burst. Let me do this. I'll use my sponge dauber on the Berry Burst. And let's see what happens with that. I wanted some fall colors, but I wanted it to mix. Ooh, that's not bad. All right, that's not as dark. All right, let's see. My Berry Burst is really juicy. And let me add some, I'm doing this off camera and you can't see. So I can't spray on camera. All right. And I don't have a center. I didn't pull in a center. I'll have to do something. All right, so what I did was I ink it up one time. I'm taking my sponge dauber and I'm going all over it to kind of soften it some. Then I'm taking my sponge dauber and the Blackberry Bliss and adding the color. And then I'm spritzing it and I'm stamping. I can't get used to I'm gonna set that aside. Let's try it with watercolor paper. Ooh, some of these aren't too bad now that it's dried. All right, let's try this one. All right, there's my Berry Burst. I'm sponging all over. All right, I'm gonna turn these sideways so I can get this up further so you can see a little better. All right, I think I need to play with going live on YouTube. I'm not using Zoom because I'm not renewing the subscription. It's very expensive. And I used to use it for classes. And now I don't use it for classes, so I'm trying to work on another streaming service, but I'm not getting anywhere with it, so I may try something else. All right, there's number 2. All right, not bad. Maybe once I get it made, the card made, it'll look better. All right, so there's that one. And there's that. All right, let me spritz it with water. I'm gonna stamp it. now, all right, this I'm going to set aside so it can dry. And I'm going to close these up and let's get our card made and see how it goes. Let's see. This is still damp. Let me dry these. I want to make sure I put these where I won't confuse the daubers. Let me get my heat tool over here. And we'll heat it slightly just to get it dry. All right, let me get the other ones. I always heat the front and the back. The back is the part that usually stays wettest the longest. All right, I'm gonna leave that now. And let's work with this one first. And I need my outline and my Memento black ink. And the advantage to this is you don't need to worry about matching things up. I'm gonna stamp this down like so. I do want to try. All right, I'll do all of these. All right, I'm gonna go this way with it. I am kind of trying to get some of it matched up. I didn't do the center, but you know what? I don't think I'm gonna do the center. I think I'm gonna leave it like that. And if you want the center done, you can do the center. All right, so there's that. I'm gonna do this and then I'm gonna do the watercolor paper and we'll decide which one to use. Okay, that way. All right. I really don't like it in portrait. I'll have to check out my tech help group and see how to get it so that it's not in portrait. It's landscape. And I'm thinking I shouldn't have unlocked my iPhone. I should have left it locked. But we'll see. All right. There. I really kind of like that idea. What do you guys think? All right, now let me see. My watercolor paper looks dry, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp. I'll move those out of the way. When you're landscape, you've got about this much space to work in. Actually, it's probably like this much. It's very small. All right, now this one may not work because it's all blobby. This one may not work either because it's all blobby. We'll find out. And I'm going to hold it there for a few minutes to see if the ink will transfer. All right. That one did better than this one. So if you're using watercolor paper and you're not using a stamping platform, let it sit a little bit. All right, I am gonna try and match it up a little bit so that the ink has time to go into the paper. And you don't want to put water on this because it'll bleed and then you'll have a mess. All right. It does help if you let it sit. All right, now there's that one. There it is. I moved my stamp. I twisted it around. And so I've got to match it up a little better. All right, there we go. Let me get this one in here. Okay. All right. Give it a few more seconds. Ooh, that one is really nice. I like that one. Those three aren't bad. This one is, I might be able to hide some of it. This one isn't bad either, even though it bloomed all the way out. All right, now where's that piece? I'll explain to you what I'm doing in a minute. Do you see this little hook kind of petal? What I'm matching it up with is this funny shaped one here. It's got a little tiny hook on the end. So I'm matching it with that. And that kind of does pretty good with the, oh, I don't have any ink. Let me flip this around. I might need to ink this up. These are older. Let me try this one and see how much I get. All right. All right. Well, let's see here. There it is. All right. There we go. All right. Now I have to do some die cutting. And before I can die cut, I need to cut this down. All right, let me get rid of that. I think I'll pull in my little one and use it, because if there's any tips with the mini embossing machine, I can give you some. All right, now I'm going to put this on here, and all right, now let me see. This has a long piece in it, and there's a couple of spots where it's long. If I can find that hook one, where's, oh, there it is. There it is. All right, close. It's getting better. Oh, is that over here? Yep, there it is. I got it. So give me a minute. And this does not have a magnetic plate, so I'm going to use some tape. Well, the tape has got to work. It won't stick if it's not. All right, let's try it this way. I'm using this one because it'll be a shorter, well, think it'll be a shorter. You know what? It's not. All right, well, let me show you the tip for lining it up. And then I might have to go to my big one, because this is, see this one long line here? This piece right here on the die, if you put that in there, and then you just kind of wiggle it around, but that piece shows in that die. And then you just have to line up the rest and get it started. I'm used to my big one, and it's easier to roll than this one. And I think I'm going to switch to my big one, only because it will go faster than that little one will. And I am rolling it forward and backward, only because the and the ink wasn't dry on those. See how it came out? So it's not dry. I know it'll be dry. Maybe. It feels dry. Let me try this one. I'm going to get rid of this because it's not working. It's too hard to roll through. All right, let's get this set up like so. So what do you think of the way these turned out? Do you like this idea? This is a set that I love the image, but if you want it lined up perfectly, it may not be the one for you. All right, and those have a little ivory look to it. Okay, come on. There it is. There we go. These line up pretty good at the top. I love this image, but I haven't used it much because, like I said, well, now I've got it on my plate, so I gotta see what's happening. It's getting on my plate. Hold on, let me wipe my plate off here. Let me put some water on here and dry it. I think I need a new plate. I use it till they crack, and then I keep using them because, see, now that one's way off compared to the others. That's why it's always a good thing to do a couple. And that way you have it. And this is on regular cardstock. So if you do it on watercolor paper, well, make sure you take and dry it. I did not dry this, so consequently, these they're smearing And I cleaned the plate and I flipped it over and it's still doing it. All right. I probably should have done some of these ahead of time, but I'm running behind since I'm going to hit this with the heat tool just to play it safe. Just because I want that black dry. With traveling, I got back yesterday and it was like 4 o'clock. And then, all right, where's that piece? There it is. And then Ezzy was crazy last night. All right, come on. Why is this not working? This one's not lining up. That piece goes there. Oh, it's the wrong one. There's 2. That's why it wasn't working. So just so you know, there are 2 I'll show you. There are two strips you got to watch for. Oh, boy, am I glad I dried that. There's one there and there's one there. I was using that one and I needed to use, I was using that one and I needed to use that one. So, did not realize that. But I knew it wasn't lining up because these up here line up with the die very well. All right. I figure between all of these, I should have plenty. Oh, poo, it moved on me. Now, that's not sticking anymore. Let me try this piece. My tape is not working. All right, there. And let me find another piece of tape. I got rid of the other one. Probably should pull out another piece. This one might stick better because I am using the Big Shot with the magnetic platform. All right, now, there it is. Trying to get it straight. Okay, I had it upside down and I wasn't in frame. Oh, darn, darn, darn. All right. If you can stamp this the same way every time, you're better off. Because then it'll line up. All right. So what do you guys think about this cooler weather? Do Do you like it? I took my heavy coat with the lining to Maryland with me, and I used it all weekend because I'm always cold. And I was glad I took it. I didn't even take out there's a liner in it. I didn't take that out either because I was just too cold. But I survived. Now, you know, once you cut some of these out, they may be fine. So don't discount them. Cut them out and see how they do, because they may work. Off camera again. Darn, darn, darn. I can't get used to that. I definitely have to figure out how to do the landscape. Okay, there's that. So here's this. I'm thinking, but I may be wrong. I look for this line and that double petal, and I can usually get it lined up. Oh, I may have cut into one of the other ones as they're close. We'll find out. If it is, I can probably fix it. That's in bad shape. I need to flatten it. All right. Ooh, I might just make it. All right, now, I always take that off because that way I can see. Nope. No. All right. There it is. All right. There we go. And I will have plenty of flowers to make into more cards. All right. I don't know why I keep pulling that whole thing off. But you know, I am finding that nope, not that way. Here it is. It goes this way. No, maybe not. Maybe it goes with that one. Well, there we go. No, it's not. Here's this one. There we go. You see these all the time. You cut out too many of them, and sometimes it takes a little while. All right, I have them cut. I'll have plenty. I really like this technique. I don't know what you guys think, but I think it's kind of fun idea. Now I'm going to take my 2 pieces of white and I'm going to emboss them with the crosshatch. Okay, So let me switch out my plates here. I got new paper while I was gone, or I came home to 2 orders that had come in. One that I had placed for class and one that I had placed for the free shipping day. Totally shocked, because usually they take a while to come in, but I managed to get them in early. I don't know if they've hired more people or if people aren't ordering like they usually do. Okay, got my pieces embossed. I'm going to pull in my double-sided tape to put on the back. And I'll just go ahead and do both pieces at the same time. Let me get this out of the way so I have space to work in so you can see what I'm doing. Double-sided tape is my go-to for embossing so that I can make sure it sticks to my card base. Okay. All right. And we're getting there. One more. There. Now I'm going to go ahead and put these on my card base, because then we can get our flowers on. All right. I'm going to do this other one over to the side. All right, now, tip. To get your panel on and to get it on straight, take opposite corners and take your double-sided tape and fold it back so you have tabs sticking out. All right, like that. So I've got both of them sticking out, and hopefully you can see both. This is the thing I don't like about this landscape or portrait mode. So there's that. Now, take these 2 corners, all right, the 2 opposite corners that are not, the tabs aren't out, and put them down and get them lined up on your card so that they're straight and even, and you've got even spacing. Hold it in place, pull out one, push it down, and then pull out your other tabs and push it down. Do one at a time and push it down. That way, oh, darn. Gotta clean my mat. That way it's not gonna slip on you. So let me show you again. Opposite corners. So I'm gonna take this one and this one, and I folded it back. I'm going to go down to this corner, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna pull it up and back like so. So now I have my opposite corners open. I'm going to put my cardstock down. I'm holding the 2 corners that are stuck down. Nothing is, there's no tabs. All right, just make sure your tabs go out. If they don't, just kind of move them around. And then I'm using my 2 opposite corners to line it up and get it straight and not, excuse me, I'm not pushing down until I pull my tab out. And that way you get it on there. When you know it, of all days, I don't have water up here. So there's what I have. And now we're ready to add our images. Let's do this one. I like this one, and I am mixing and matching. I'm not worried if they're using the this one's a good one. This one and this one. All right, so let's see. I'm going to put this one down first, and I'm going to use, my glue's not even up here. It's on the steps. See, I've got stuff all over the place. If you could have seen my house before I left, oh my gosh. I had stuff everywhere because I was working on getting cards made, so I had it to share while I was gone, so I could still continue to do my blog posts. All right, and then this one down here at the bottom, I'm going to put on with the double-sided tape also. And I'm going to do one in each color, and I'll use a little bit different layout for each of them, so you can see how you can use the same kind of layout but get a different look by moving your images around. All right, I'm going to put that one, I'm going to do this one this way. This one didn't cut real well, but it did down here. So if I put it there, I can kind of hide it with these, like so. All right, these are going to go on with dimensionals. And as you can see, some I have used watercolor paper, and some I have used my white. I do not have thick white. I know that you can usually use thick white, but I use the same cardstock for my cards. All right, let me move these out of the way. So they're done. I'll move those over there, and that way I can pull this up some. Okay, that one didn't come off. There it is. All right. And I will probably add some ribbon to this. And some bling. Let me see. I have the Berry Burst that was from a few years ago, and I've cut it in half. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use it, and I'm going to make a small bow. I like thinner ribbon. It's just my personal preference. All right. And now, this will fray. It's a little too long. And I don't mind that. Sometimes I will take and fray it myself because it really is kind of cool when it frays. And you have all these feathery pieces hanging out. All right, I'm going to put this down here. Let me find my glue dots. I don't know what ribbon I'm going to use with the other one. I don't know if I have any daffodil or cherry cobbler. All right, so I put that there. Let me see about gems. Where are my favorite gems? They're the black sparkle ones. Nope, that's not them. Darn. I've been using a lot of gems lately. Here they are. I did grab my festive pearls also. All right, let's see. Black would not look good, but let's see. Maybe the silver. They're supposed to be clear, but they look silver to me. It's champagne black and white is what they call it. All right, and my Take Your Pick tool is still downstairs, so I will use, okay, give me a big one. Oops, don't want it on my finger. And a little one. And another little one. I need my Take Your Pick tool. And I think I'm going to leave it at that. So there's one of the cards. All right, now let's get the other one put together. And I might use the festive pearls on that. And I'll have to see what I have. I'll pull both ones in when I get it done. All right, let's see which ones look the best. I like that one, even though it's pretty blurry. There's that one. This one's not bad. This is what I have left. I think that one, it's the most, I don't know, full with that. Oh, wait a minute, I took one away. I wanted 5. All right, I'm looking for it. That one probably. Nope, this one. Well, dang. All right, I've got 4. No. I think I'll go with that one. So there's my 5. All right. And I don't know which way. Let me see if I have some ribbon before I go too far that I could use. I may need to. I'm gonna try. Let's try this and see if I can do a bow. If I can, this is the one I'll use. Oh, not bad. I'm gonna use that one. All right, there. Not bad, not bad. All right, let me see about where to place these. Let me just flip them over. This one I think I'm gonna put here. All right, there's my bow. This one is a really good one. This one I'll put here. I put the 2 that have the littlest, the smallest amount. There we go. So these 3 get tearing tape. I don't know if I got a UPS order or my neighbor got a UPS order. I couldn't tell. It could have been mine because my neighbor has a longer driveway. I know it's not Stampin' Up. Hey, Betty Ann. Ooh, good idea for the blue cornflower. I tried to come up with some fall looking ones for this, but I like the blue. All right, got that. Now let me get this off. And as you see, I've used this basically, other than the ribbon and the gems, the same product, and I've changed the placement of my flowers, and I've got an entirely different looking card. I'll bring it in a minute and you'll be able to see. All right, there's that one. This one. That one. That one. And then these get dimensionals. All right, now, like so. And hopefully I can get the portrait landscape thingy figured out before next week. All right, let me see. I'm going to put this one here and here. All right, there's my bow, and I'm going to use 2 glue dots on this one. Because I want one on each side. All right, let's put the bow in the middle. All right, and I think I'm going to use Festive Pearls. Do you see this? I have so many of this color. What color do you guys use this with? Look at this. All of these are that color. I think I'm going to put the gold on there. I did order more. I hope they've come in, that they were in my order, but they may not have been. All right. I know it's the green. It's not Evening Evergreen. It was the green we had a while at the same time. And it's like, what color can you use that with? I did add some extra pearls because these are small. All right, so there are the 2. I'm gonna kind of angle it so you can see. There are the 2 ideas. Thanks, Betty Ann. And that way you can see both of them in the same frame. And crazy, crazy stuff. Hopefully I will get it figured out so that next week it's longer. Hey, Carol. So, but I love this technique, and let me see. The key for it is, this is watercolor, that's, all right. These 2 are cardstock. These 2 are watercolor paper. This one didn't have enough water on it, so it didn't spread as much. This one had more water. These 2, I think I tried a little bit less water, but you just kind of got to play with the water and stamping it. Let me get let's see, watercolor. I think all of these are watercolor. No, that one, this is what happens if you don't have enough water. It doesn't spread. I didn't have, that one's okay, but it's blotchy. These 2 are watercolor. You need more water on the watercolor paper and a little less on the cardstock. So there's some tips for you with doing it. And then I shared tips for how to cut these out. I love this stamp set, but I'm going to try it in the blue because I think the blue would be very pretty. So there you go. And all right, now, close your eyes because this thing's going to go crazy. I'm going to flip it up, turn it around, and everything. So close your eyes. All right, let me take this out. And okay, there we go. You can look now. I'm back to, whew. I got to get this camera thing figured out. It's driving me crazy. Okay, guys, I'm going to get ready and go. I have like 5 videos I've got to get done in the next 2 days. So I'm going to try to get those done and some other things, some commitments that I've made. So thanks for coming in and sticking around. And Betty Ann, I know you have this set. Try it in the blue and share it with me, and I'd love to see what it looks like. Yeah, you can color them once you cut it out. You can't color the stamps and all, but I kind of like the look. It's just, there's something about it. I like the look of it, but then I like things a little different, so oh well. But if you don't like what came out, then try some other things. All right, guys, I will be, as it stands right now, live on Saturday on my Facebook page. So I hope you'll join me, 10:30 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. Have a great time. Stay safe. Hopefully it'll warm up. Bye.